Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today I wanted to do an update to my hashflare Bitcoin mining. So I did my last video when I'd only been at it just a few days, and so I definitely wanted to take a few minutes and update you guys with my experience so far, with my results. So if you're thinking about getting into Bitcoin mining or into Bitcoin in general, I definitely recommend that you go into mining. If you just buy Bitcoin, that's great. Your Bitcoin will sit there and you won't realize any value from your investment until you're ready to sell it. So you're really just hoping that the price goes up to where you make money. But if you invest into Bitcoin mining, your investment becomes profitable, or you can see a return on your investment at a much more leisurely pace, I guess. I mean, it's still possible to make a great amount of money, but with Bitcoin, with just buying straight up Bitcoin, you kind of have to rely on the price going up. With Bitcoin mining, the price can go up or down, and you can still be profitable. You can still make money. If it goes down, obviously it'll take you longer to get a return on your investment and then make money, but it is still possible to do so. Whereas if you just bought Bitcoin and the price goes down, then you've just lost money and you just have to sell it at a loss or hope that the price goes back up again and continues to go up. But with Bitcoin mining, it can stay fairly level, fairly even, and the price won't have as big a difference on you. You will be profitable. So I personally chose hashflare. I've posted this before, but I'll go over it again. The reason why I chose hashflare, there were two major reasons. One, availability. You can still purchase contracts with hashflare. A lot of other services or cloud mining companies out there don't have availability. They don't have hash power available for you to purchase. Hashflare currently still does. Reason number two is the initial cost can be very low. You can buy a very small amount of hash. You can buy it in the 10 gigahash amount. It's right here, a buck 50. This is what you're looking for. This mines Litecoin, but it pays out in Bitcoin. Don't get me on that. This mines Ethereum. This is Zcash, and this is Dash. So there's a bunch of different services you can buy into. I mine Ethereum. In fact, I'm mining right now on this machine with my graphics cards. So I don't buy mining, though. If I were to go back in time, I probably would buy contracts. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Bitcoin. Anyways, this is what you're looking for. The algorithm miner here. It pays out in Bitcoin. They have it in stock, and you can buy it. You can start mining for as little as $1.50. Now, when I started, it was $1.40. They had it on a quote unquote holiday sale. It's $1.50 per 10 gigahash, and you can buy as little or as much as you want starting at this 10 gigahash, and you can buy it in the 10 gigahash increments. So you're not going to get a lot of return on your investment with buying a very small amount. I take that back. You will get the same, approximately the same amount of return on investment or time to return on investment as you would if you were buying larger amounts. Currently, it's about 72 to 75 days from when you buy in, and that depends on a few factors, but that's what you're looking at, about 75 days or so. That depends on the value of Bitcoin. That depends on a bunch of other factors, difficulty, things like that. But just looking at it today, it's probably closer to 70 days today because the price is up again. So, excuse me. So that's another reason why availability and just the cost of entry to just try it out is very low. So there's not a lot of risk with your initial investments. If you're not very comfortable with it, definitely a way to go buy a small amount. So let's go ahead and go to my panel. We'll show you my history a little bit here. So I started on the 27th of November. Today is now this is the 15th of December. So this is on UTC time. So technically right now it is the 14th for me, but the 15th for them, UTC time. It's kind of like Greenwich Mean Time. So it's a few hours ahead of me here. So this is your dashboard. This is the panel you see when you log in. The solid bars here are the amount of Bitcoin I was paid out this day. Now, when I first started, it was down here and it was a tiny little line, and then I bought a bunch of hashing power, and it jumped up here, and then I bought even more hashing power, and it's jumped up here. The reason for this squiggly line looking like this is here you can have the option set for auto reinvest, and it will reinvest all of your money. And or I shouldn't say all of your money. It will reinvest all of your Bitcoin that you earned from the previous day back into buying more hashing power. Now, by doing so, you can start off with a smaller amount of hashing power, and if you just set it and forget it, it will build and build and build and build and build, and it'll be kind of like a snowball effect to where you will have a lot more hashing power down the road. If you just set it every single day, you gain another amount of hashing power, and it grows and continues to grow. But I have had some problems with that. Their website, I've never had a problem with them giving me my balance on in my account here on hashflare. But I have had problems with the website not actually doing the reinvesting. Like here, it didn't do the reinvesting until the next day automatically. And then I let it do it automatically again. And for whatever reason, when you let it do it automatically, it doesn't pull it from your balance. But on this day, I was tired of this happening. And so I've been manually reinvesting here. And that's why when you manually reinvest, it shows it basically like a zero, whatever remainder you have down here. Then you notice here it starts to climb. And the reason for that is at this moment I've stopped reinvesting everything, and I am now only buying a specific amount of hash power with each day's payout and banking the rest. I'm now getting to the point where I want to start getting my investment back out, my initial investment, I should say, and so I'm doing a split. Now, the split I'm doing right now is on whatever it takes to buy half a terahash per day. I'm buying that and leaving the rest there until I can pull my coin out. So, some other piece of information. This is how much I currently have. I have 44 terahashes. These are the two pools I'm in. These seem to be the more profitable ones. There's a lot of research you should do if you're interested in this into which pools you should invest into. To be perfectly honest, though, there's not a huge difference between them in the end. This is the revenue you earn per terahash. And so this is what I earned today. 16178, so 0.000016178, and that's based off the pools I'm in. So there's a lot of maths that goes into this. I won't go over it because we don't have time for that in this video. But if I were to go ahead and figure this out, so when I have purchased my additional terahash. That's why this is down a little bit on 5. Excuse me. The 15th of December is I went ahead and evened out my terahash. I'll show you my history here in a moment, but I wanted to have a nice even clean numbers. So I had 42.72 terahash, and we multiply that by 0.0006178. 178. And I somehow did my math wrong. 42.72 times 0.000. Oh, 1.6. I put 6. It's 16178. Yeah, so uh, that's what I got paid out. The point 0.0069988. Now I have 44 terahash. So if I'd had the 44 earlier, I would have gotten paid out 711,832. Now they would have taken their fees out of there, but we won't worry about those right now. We'll go over those, but let's go here. This is the current price right this very moment. So I earned $121 ish of Bitcoin, but if I had the full 44 today, it would have been 711,832. Would have been 23. So it's not a huge jump, but it is definitely a jump. And so that, but this grows every single day because again, I'm buying about half a terahash every day. Let's go to my history here. So this first box shows all the different contracts. So every time you make a new purchase or reinvest, you start a new contract with that amount. So this was my initial purchase. This was a little bit of a bump the next day, and an even bigger bump that same day from a different source. And then these are all reinvestments. Depending on the day, this was so like this is actually a couple of days worth of reinvestments here because this is one of the days where it didn't go through. And these are all my reinvestments. And then I decided after I saw the progress to have another really big reinvestment, or not reinvestment, but purchase here. I'll talk about purchases here in a minute. And then you can see the jump of my ability to reinvest. And this is where I started to buy just the half a terahash just in the last few days. This is just now. I wanted to have a nice even number, so I went ahead and evened it out to be a solid 44 instead of 43.72 is what it was going to be. Alright, so around here, these are the purchases. These are some of the reinvestments I've done. When you manually reinvest, it shows up here. If you have it just set for auto reinvestment, it doesn't show up under purchases, even though it's essentially exactly the same thing. And then down here is just all your history. So these are my purchases. This is the payout, and here's a maintenance fee. So the maintenance fee is 36 cents per terahash. So regardless of the price of Bitcoin, you pay 36 cents per terahash that you own. That basically pays for the electricity and things like that. Now, with that number, the more Bitcoin is worth, because you pay them back in Bitcoin, you'll pay them in dollars. This number will actually go down. So even though I have more terahash here versus here, the maintenance fee was smaller because Bitcoin was worth more. So I wish there was a way to only have this come out when Bitcoin is worth a lot more. So like even here, this was more than here because even though I have more terahash on the 12th, I Bitcoin was worth more than it was on the on the even though I have more terahash on the 15th, it was worth more than on the 13th, and so my maintenance fee in Bitcoin value is lower. So Now, if you want to see, and I'll put a link to hashflare in the description, because if you use my referral link, I do get a small percentage of your purchase, uh, which obviously helps me out. And then you can set up a referral link and you get people to sign up through your referral link, you get a small amount of their purchase. So it's very beneficial for all of us. And I didn't go over this, but I want to go over it now because we're going to talk about this. This is the revenue forecast. Uh, this is what hashflare has on here, and it shows you relative to your hash power at the time that you got your last payout. So even though I purchased more hash power, it today it shows from yesterday, basically at today's value. So based off my hash power I had yesterday at today's value, and this number will go up and down throughout the day as the value of Bitcoin goes up and down. Now this is the calculator I use, and I'll put a link to this also in the description down below. So check the description for links. This is what I use to kind of get an idea of what I want to be making. So right now I have 44 terahash. Um, the power cost per day, typically this is meant for somebody who's mining at home and so they have to worry about their electricity. And I just had to do some math to figure out how to get um, the math to work out for paying the maintenance fee. Again, it's 36 cents per terahash. Obviously, there's nothing in here that allows you to put that in. So I did that for the cost per kilowatt. And if you have just one terahash, 128, and it is pretty close to that 30. Actually, I think it's 35 cents. So I have it actually a bit heavy for maintenance fees. Yeah, it's 35 cents per gigahash. So I have it a little bit heavy just because I'd rather overestimate the cost than underestimate. So right now, I have 44 terahash. I do 128 times 44, 5632, 5630, 5632. All right, so it's costing me about $15.81 a day. Uh, this is the amount of Bitcoin I can expect to earn. And let's see here. Is that about right? So that is actually on the low side. 6955 69988. So it's a little bit on the low side, which is good because this means that this number will be lower than your actual, uh, or could be lower. It's pretty close though. So I expect to make 105 a day, profit per week, and profit per month. So this is my profit per year. So um, obviously my what I make will be a little bit higher than this as prices go up. It'll be lower than this as prices go down. So this is just a rough guesstimate. My goal is to, within the next few months, be closer to this amount. And this will be my profit per year on this. Now, I will still be reinvesting, so I'll probably have about half this much coming in per month. But then it will slowly continue to increase as I buy more hashing power. So that's the goal, is to spend a little bit each day and buy more hashing power. This is a way for your income to work for you, because this number here, how much you earn per terahash, changes and typically goes down. As difficulty changes, more people get into it, the difficulty changes, and the amount you get per terahash is less every few weeks. And in the next few years, they're going to change how much gets paid out per solved transaction. So that'll change things. And so you just want to constantly have, it's kind of like your computer. You buy a new computer every couple of years because you need something faster, something more powerful. Well, that's kind of same with this, is you reinvest a little bit each day so that you have more power to mine more Bitcoin, which then gives you more power to buy more hashing, or more value to buy more Bitcoin. It's a never ending circle. But on top of that, you're hopefully skimming profit out of this, and able to do stuff with that money. Uh, my goal with this is to make money to put extra on my house. I'd like to pay off my house sooner. I'm already putting a lot of extra money towards the house, paying it off. Once I get my initial investment back out of this, which should only take a couple of months at this point, then yeah, I will be pulling money out to make extra payments on my house. So this video has been kind of long. I apologize, but if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, feel free to comment down below. This is definitely something I recommend you put money into. I think personally this is the way money is going to work in the future. Something that has no boundaries between countries, something that has no ties to a single government. Obviously, it's not perfect yet, but as more people are invested in it, things can only get better, and it will only be better for you. So, but definitely, disclaimer here, don't put in more money than you can lose. If you put in more money than you can lose, you're going to have problems. So I put in exactly how much I could put in and lose and not have it affect me, and not a penny more. And that's how it's going to be. I'm probably not going to do any more cash purchases. Any purchases I make will be in from my earnings, will be a reinvestment from my balance. So, and that's just how I've decided to do it at this point, and it's the way I recommend. You'll invest what you can afford to invest at the beginning, to where you will not be hurt if that money is 100% gone tomorrow, and then let it build. Let that snowball effect let that snowball effect take in, and build your ability to earn more. And once you get to a level, and that's what I use this for, is I use this to kind of figure out where that level was for me, and I'm about right there. 45 terahash is kind of what my goal was. I've gotten a little impatient, but we're there, and we're going to start pulling some money out, get the initial reinvestment back, uh, and go from there. And hopefully we all will profit from this. Anyways, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have an amazing day.